Hello, Lower Dauphin families. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Rob Schultz, superintendent, and I'm taping this Wednesday, July 8th. Posting this video to provide you with some updates on information since my last video communication. And I also want to encourage you to participate in our second family survey, which we plan on posting today. We had a very good response in our last survey, and I appreciate everybody taking time to do that. And I'm hoping you'll continue to participate in the upcoming survey and possibly future surveys as well. Our administrative team is continuing to develop 3 models for the 2021 school year: a full return, a hybrid model with half the students in attendance at a time, and a full remote virtual model. We're hoping not to have to use the full remote virtual model, but we want to be prepared. Having these models, again, will allow us flexibility in not only how we start school, but possibly moving between each 3 models if conditions change. One of the items that has changed since the first update is the use of face coverings. Students and staff will be required to use face coverings when 6 feet of social distancing cannot be achieved. This means face coverings will be used on the buses, in the hallways during transition times, in classrooms if we implement a full return. In most classrooms, we will not be able to social distance 6 feet. Cafeterias, when not seated at tables, face coverings will be required. And I'll talk a little bit more about the adjustments we're making to the cafeterias later in this video. If we're in a hybrid model with only half the students in the building on a given day, we'd be able to social distance 6 feet in many of our classrooms. We're currently measuring rooms in all our buildings, looking at rosters with an alpha split, A through L, K through Z, and students with the same last name that would be split up by that kind of an alpha split would attend in the A through K group, so that they're home when students aren't in school to help with childcare. Again, we're currently measuring rooms, looking at the rosters, and we feel very strongly that many of our rooms would be able to accommodate that 6-foot social distancing. I will share more information with you next week on details of what percentages we're looking at for our classrooms. Obviously, in the classrooms, if students are working closely in small groups or collaboratively and can't maintain 6 feet of social distancing, they would be wearing a mask. If they're working with a teacher or assistants, they would be wearing, the mask, the face coverings. As we continue our planning, we'll need information from you regarding your plans on having your child return to school. And we know you need information from us so that you can make decisions on how you're going to approach school in the fall. So we'll need to continue to communicate back and forth. We'll continue to update you, and we'll continue to reach out to you and ask for your plans and your feedback. So as we move through the summer, we need to continue the communication, which helps our planning, which helps your decision making. Continue the process of communication. What we're going to do is, again, we're going to have a survey going out. I believe it will be finished and ready to publish today, July 8th. And what you need to know before you answer the survey are some of the things that we have in place now. And these are written on the survey. We'll have protocols for cleaning, sanitizing, and ventilation, cleaning high-touch areas during the day using an electrostatic spray disinfectant in the evening, alternate lunch schedules to minimize lines, increasing locations where students eat, and limiting 4 students to a lunch table. We're extending the lunch periods at the elementary level. That way we have fewer students in the cafeteria at a time. We've been working with Chartwells, our food services provider, to make sure that we can do that, and we can put some things in place. We also typically have 3 lunches at the middle school and 3 at the high school. We're actually splitting those lunches into smaller groups and staggering when students would arrive within a lunch period and also where they would go to eat. We're planning on ordering additional lunch tables, which will be in the gymnasium at the high school and at the middle school. So we're really going to try and spread the students out. One of the things you need to understand, to be transparent, is you get 4 students at one of our typical lunch tables. They will not be 6 feet apart. Other safety protocols also include hygiene practices for students and staff, posting signs promoting everyday protective measures, identifying and restricting non-essential visitors and volunteers, and isolating or quarantining students or staff if they become sick or demonstrate a history of exposure. One of the survey questions specifically asks if you're not sending your child back to school. We had 3.5 to 4% on the first family survey indicate we are not sending our child back. If you're certain you're not sending your child back, I encourage you to indicate that on the survey and reach out to your child's principal to let them know. The number of people who plan on not returning and having their child learn fully online will impact how we use our staff and how we run our programs. And it may require us to have some of our staff dedicated to only online students this fall. It's also important for you to know that if you're not sending your child back, we're going to ask you to commit to that, to a full trimester at the elementary level or a marking period at the secondary level. In the survey, we also ask about transportation. We ask about your willingness to voluntarily transport your child to reduce the number of students riding the bus. Some families transport their children every day. Some families either can't transport their children every day due to work schedules and things. But if you can and choose not to, we're asking, are you willing to? We also ask for your input on what days of the week would work best to come to school in a hybrid model. We know we can't meet everybody's needs, but we want to see if there's an overwhelming number of families that would select students to attend on a specific days of the week. Remember, a hybrid model, Group A goes 2 days, Group B goes 2 days, and the 5th day of the week is fully online for all students. We hope to make that survey live again today, July 8th, and we're asking you that you complete the survey by July 12th at 4 p.m. Thank you in advance for participating in the survey. Again, your survey information helps us with planning. We understand our planning helps you with your decision making as we move through the summer. So I'll be back in touch as I have more information to update you and keep you informed of what's happening. And I'm hoping to get another video out to you next week. So take care. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to your principal, reach out to Todd Newhart at the secondary level, Dr. Winter at the elementary level, or to me. All right, thank you.